I love that guy.
I love that guy so much. You know what? Whatever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Born Lucy's Gaming, and welcome to a special episode that maybe should have a normal intro, but that's really not us. Today, we're going to be reading the Hunter's Journal as of what we have so far. Now, I did this about a week or so ago. I killed as many things as we could to fill out just about everything. However, though, if you are watching our series, you'll know that we have been to a few new places, and I have not killed everything in those areas. And the way I see it is that as we play the game, that's going to keep happening. Let's just read the journal, see what Hornet has to say, and then in the future, we'll read every single dialogue there is. And maybe at the end of the game, we'll have another episode of reading everything.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That's what I think as well. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting with the moss grub, fur-covered crawler with a series of sharp spikes along its back. If not for the spikes, I would think it an appealing bug. Oh, look at a little fluffy dude. Mossmere, small fluttering creature capable of defending itself with a small stinger. Small, wow, okay, can't just. This bug is soft and clumsy, but to its fortune, its home caves seem relatively free of effective predators. I wonder why that is a good question, because that's at the bottom. Son of a bit. Ian, learn how to play the game. That's the Moss Grotto.
Yeah.
All this area. Well.
Oh, I wonder if it's because it's by Weave Nest.
Yeah.
The Weavers were eating them.
Well, either the Weavers were eating them or the Weavers took out all of the natural predators for the area.
Yeah. And
then once the Weavers left, that's insane that even something like that is something interesting. Moss Mother, adult Mossmere with a fully developed stinger and hardened hide. Motherhood is an instinct that can push creatures beyond what seems their natural limits. It turns even weaker beasts like these into formidable foes.
We should know now.
Gracious.
Now that Hornet has been through the full term of pregnancy.
Oh, God. Achnid, winged insect that feeds upon moss and lichen in the caves above Bone Bottom. If I read anything wrong, might be.
These things happen.
Yeah. In its natural state, it would avoid potential predators, but Farloom's haunting now compels it to aggression. Fortunately, its jaws are ill-suited for combat.
Aww.
God, Farloom's haunting, even taking control of, like, the beasts and whatnot is...
a bummer, dude.
And to what end? Maybe we'll know by the end of this. Probably not, but, you know, maybe we'll have a better idea. Small, soft bug that uses the hard skulls of the marrow for protection and disguise. In every land, creatures find new and surprising ways to disguise themselves. One must be wary always. Skullwing, airborne relative of the grounded skull scuttler, found only in the marrow's deepest, hottest caves. Interesting. Such feeble creatures could only survive thanks to the rarity of predators in these superheated caverns. Yeah, again, talking about the fact there aren't other predators around to gobble them up. Skull Brute, soft bug beneath a huge horned skull, charges at intruders to protect its territory and its smaller companions. Either its size has made it fearless, or the haunting has removed its sense of self-preservation.
Oh, interesting.
That is interesting. Just to make sure, we talked about this before the episode, but I just want to make sure on episode. Do you want me to be reading all of these?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Skull Tyrant, rare enormous skull scuttler, the marrow's largest predator and the most feared for its ferocious temperament. Though surely fierce, the skull it bears looks taken from an even larger beast. If not for the bones as proof, I would scarcely believe bugs could grow to such scale.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Bones?
Bones?
Killick, small bony bug that favors dark tunnels, can expand its spiked carapace to ward against attacking predators. I am fond of simple, effective traps such as this bug's extendable spikes. An unwary predator would be skewered clean through.
I am fond of that.
I like that. That's sick, says
That's
Hornet.
Cool.
Beastfly, aggressive fly of Farloom's lowlands, rams prey with his hard-bone mask. Dancing around this simple creature as it charges back and forth is the sort of game I delighted in as a child. Alas, now I have more pressing matters to attend to. Savage Beastfly, the one and only. Angered adult Beastfly with a weighty body and a thickened hard shell mask. Civilization encroaches from this kingdom's crown, but the lowlands are still ruled by great beasts. Its roar stirs something deep within me, some primal instinct. Garama.
Well, that's what we got the beast crest from, yeah?
Yes, it is, I believe.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was.
Yes, you're right. Carinid, common winged bug of the lowlands. Generally docile, but will attack if threats come close. Their plump, round shape makes them well suited for target practice. Difficult to resist testing my aim on them. Oh no!
Ugh.
Vicious Carinid, an aggressive winged bug of the lowlands. When angered, it rapidly whips its bladed tail back and forth. It whips its tail back and forth.
It sure does.
Its wings are quite small compared to its bulk. Perhaps it uses the warm air of these fiery lands to help stay airborne. Clever, if so. Look at this dude.
That's a cutie.
Hardbone Hopper. Grazing creature with sharp senses that nimbly retreats from danger. Despite the haunting of its shell, it has not been overcome with aggression. Its desire to flee remains too strong. Ugh, look at this dude.
Yeah, it's
Got
dirty.
fire inside them.
Yeah.
Tarmite, flying bone mite that lives near magma, roasts its prey by spitting scorched tar. Its sticky spit would no doubt make a useful crafting material if molded fresh. Unfortunately, I cannot stop to experiment. Great. That's awesome.
That's fun, though.
Mauling, young bony bug that can curl its body to form a ball. Though their rough, rigid shell grips tight to any surface, even walls and roofs become pathways for these nimble bugs. Look at the big one!
Oh, big guy.
Giant roller of the lowlands. Its rigid hide will crush smaller creatures beneath it. Sheer bulk makes for an effective weapon, but requires much sustenance. This creature would have spent most of its time eating. An acceptable life for some. You got that right.
Same.
Golly. Hoker. Spine-shooting drifter of the lowlands. Whatever admiration I had for its fleecy down is spoiled by its disturbing mask. And its steely spines. Why are even the beasts getting their own masks? That is so odd. Everyone deserves a mask, I guess.
The
That's very
disturbing Hornet calling it disturbing is funny because it just looks like a coconut.
Yeah. Bowling ball.
Yeah.
That's it. I got that
she's
bowling
like,
balls.
I just want to put my fingers inside of it.
Rarely seen beetle that spends most of its life nestled deep in bone and rock. The flint gems on its shell excrete an explosive powder. Its bright gems could be used to make beautiful but short-lived jewelry. An amusing idea for a gift. Or a trap. Jesus, Hornet. Gromling. Young masked worm that delights in ambushing intruders within its tunnels. A frustrating fiend. They flee beneath the bone whenever I try to strike them down. Grom. Funny. Burrowing worm that uses its many blunted teeth to dig through even the hardest bone. They ceaselessly churn through rock and bone without ever seeming to rest. Do they have a destination, or are they compelled to dig forever deeper? Oh, the babies!
Baby!
Huge hardbone bug that lives within and travels through the veins of old bells across Farloom. This one has allied themselves with me, either as thanks for their saving or respect for one judged as equal. Whichever the reason, their fellowship is welcome. Very cool.
I love our sweet biscuits. Oh my god.
Pilgrim Groveler, basic bug of Farloom, laid low upon the land. Taken by Farloom's haunting, the bug is now capable of little more than prayer and aggression.
That sucks.
That's really bad. Agile bug of Farloom, the Pilgrim Pouncer. Its higher functions have been lost to the haunting. It's only got legs now. With a softer shell than most, they would have relied on their athleticism to survive. That's what them legs are for, baby.
Baby.
Pilgrim Hornfly, short pilgrim that uses their long horn to launch upon threats. Birth equipped this one well. In its assault, it becomes its own projectile. Pilgrim Hulk, sturdy bug lost to the haunting, rolls at threats with no care for its own discomfort. A rare-built bug within these ailing lands. Most pilgrims' shells seem small by comparison. What nourishment did they discover to grow so large? Moss.
Other bugs.
Oh no. Pilgrim Bellbear. I hate these dudes. Common bug wielding a set of old bells. The bug will fling the bells at anyone it deems still free. Still free.
That's rough.
Their bells would once have rung with hope and mirth, lifting the spirits of any climbing companions. Sadly, those instruments have turned purely to combative use.
Oh, wait a minute. That's actually really interesting. They attack anyone they deem free.
Yeah, I know.
So that makes me kind of look back at Sherma, who is so unbelievably devout despite it all, not getting attacked by anyone.
Ooh, that
and like,
is a
oh,
great
maybe
point.
they didn't view Sherma as free because he was so devout anyway.
Yeah, you might be right. Winged Pilgrim, short-horned bug with underdeveloped wings. Flight it possesses, but only just. It may lift from the stone, but those sad wings would never carry it far. Elder Pigment Pilgrim. I was a pigman.
Yeah.
Thick-set bug consumed by haunted thread uses their solid frame to crush others. Crushma. A lucky bug to be able to grow old. Farloom's roads take most much earlier. Winged Pilgrim Bellbear. I hate these dudes too. Pilgrim endowed with large wings carrying a brace of iron bells. Iron, interesting. Because we've noticed some stuff, because that bell looks to me like it's copper, but I guess if all of this is iron,
Yeah.
on uneven terrain, their union of flight and range could prove a challenge even for me. So that's why some stuff I guess they were using copper or bronze or whatever that oxidizes in the past, but now they use iron.
It is interesting to see which ones are described as being haunted and possessed and which ones are not.
Well, I think everything is possessed. I think it's just whether or not it comes up.
Just interesting that it's not specified on some.
That's fair. Hard-shelled bug with the climber's pin. Their pin, once aid, had become a weapon, though the bug is unrefined in its use. A bug once frail, pushed by twisted thread beyond its mortal limits. Yeah, they're dead as fuck.
Yeah.
Pilgrim guide. Old pilgrim carrying a heavy iron bell staff. The large bell seems to signify them as once leader of a climbing troop, though the haunting has erased that former authority. I hate these dudes more than anything else, I think.
Yeah, they're a little gross.
Overgrown pilgrim. Aged pilgrim overgrown with lichen and moss. The moss looks to grow even inside their stomach, which the pilgrim spits at foes in compressed gobs.
That's nasty.
A foul form of offense. And this is one I wasn't able to do because I haven't found the other one yet. And I'm not looking it up. So we'll have to get around to this later. Covetous pilgrim. Strong bug replete with rosaries. If angered, they will whip their strings back and forth. They whip their strings back and forth.
Can you not? It's 2025.
I'm sorry.
We're too late into my life.
2000 and late. Snitch fly, pernicious looter found all over Farloom. While these bothersome bugs are left free to forage, no loose rosary or trinket is safe. Lava lug, sticky mollusk that defends itself by spraying burning fluid from growths on its back. What seems at first a purely defensive mechanism may also be necessary to rid this creature of excess heat. That's cool. Lore. Lava larga, fully grown mollusk able to unleash a gushing torrent of burning fluid from its back. To survive while storing so much searing fluid within. Before, I would have believed it impossible, but Farloom is home to many marvels. Smelt shoveler. Low-level worker lost to Farloom's haunting. Instinct keeps them at their task, though in a much simpler fashion than before. Yeah, these are some I'm really interested of.
Yeah.
This kingdom appears more advanced in metalwork than my own ever was, in great part due to the natural heat source at its base. Working in such an environment is an impressive feat. Flintstone flyer. Aerial worker lost to Farloom's haunting. Bears a pouch full with flintstone, which they will fling at intruders. That incendiary material they carry is a natural wonder, with many potential applications. What a waste to carelessly throw it at me whenever I pass by.
True. Tell us how to pick it up?
True. Flint flame flyer. Brave worker carrying unstable flint flame and wearing a heavy bell to protect against potential ignition. Theirs would be a high-risk life followed by a short, searing end.
Oof.
Yeah, because those are the ones that have the bombs.
Yeah.
All right, Smoke Rock Sifter. All these names are so silly.
Do you think she named them?
Gotta hope so. Either her or we got it from New, right?
Oh, yeah.
One of those two. Symbol-bearing worker of the deep docks pans the halls of Smoke Rock to find traces of more precious minerals. The haunting has stolen some important part of these bugs, yet they still attempt their former task, until, that is, they sense my presence. It really is just like the first game in a way.
It is very
Everyone
interesting.
is against me.
Very rude.
Deep diver, bell-clad bug responsible for mining the deeper, treacherous depths below their docks. Their heavier bells armor them well against my strikes, but against that oppressive heat, can they help at all? Here's some interesting ones. 4 brothers, Cygnus and Gron, elder overseers of the deep docks, responsible for the oversight and punishment of lesser workers. Lost in the madness of the haunting, they still commanded the endless excavation of their caves. And for what? I guess just for the iron, I guess.
I guess it's just what they were doing.
Oh, Craglet.
That's cute.
Infant form of the more formidable Cragler. If left to grow, these young bugs will fight for dominance until only one remains. How do you know that? Cragler. Thick-plated scuttler that prefers high places. Holds an extensive supply of searing acid in a layered sac within its shell. The acid rains from its mouth upon any creature it sees as food. Yuck.
She probably know because there was only one of them.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then we went back to where it was and there was a bunch of babies.
Multiple, yep. I had to kill the fucking birds.
Oh, that's messed up.
My bad, yeah. Brushflit, tiny timid creatures that huddle in flocks and flee at the first hint of danger. They call out to warn their fellows at the smallest sense of threat. A successful hunt here means staying silent and hidden right up until the decisive strike. Birded, skittish scrambler of the far fields. Its antennae resemble stalks of grass to aid in camouflage. It has no means to defend itself. Its only hope for survival is to be mistaken for a plant. That's funny. Are you laughing at that?
No, I'm laughing. Oh man, it smells in here. What happened? Oh, I farted.
So dumb. Oh no. Flapping furted. Docile bug whose wings mimic the grasses of the far fields. Common snack for larger predators. Bad. When roosting, it would look convincingly plant-like. In flight, its bulbous body quickly ruins the ruse.
Didn't we see somebody hiding in grass at some point during this game? Like forever ago?
They almost look like they have coral on.
And they were sneezing?
Doesn't that look like coral?
They do. It's interesting.
There was we haven't seen that bug that was hiding in the bushes forever. Yeah. Interesting.
What's that all about?
Fourth chorus, which is I still don't know why fourth chorus is on the map, by the way. All the way down here, when we've now seen more chorus somewhere. I don't remember where actually. Shit. But it's up here it's in the Citadel.
Yeah.
So why was it all the way? Was it trying to find the weavers, maybe?
I don't know.
Because like there is a weave nest down here, so like almost made it.
Yeah,
that's
tough.
Odd. Towering iron automaton, driven by rotor and cog, a terrifying achievement of our loom. To build a construct so large and yet so nimble.
It's very interesting.
Scarlid, small burrowing ant servant to the larger scar. These bug work mainly as finders and foragers for the warriors of their tribe. Combat has not long been their nature, yet they still hurt like a Dickens if I touch them.
They're rough, yeah.
Scarwing, darting predator that clings fast to roofs and outcrops, often summoned to aid its larger companions. They would make effective hunting companions, though even without the haunting, I suspect their loyalty would always remain to their clan. Scar Scout.
She wants to keep the flying ones as pets.
Yeah, just to help out a little bit. Young ant hunter wielding sickles carved from teeth will often call for aid if danger comes close. Despite their youth, they are impressive opponents. It seems that likely their tribe were trained for combat from birth. And for what? Scar Stalker, skilled ant hunter bearing blade and armor fashioned from bone. Fierce, strong, and disciplined, yet these qualities do not protect them from the haunting. Is such a fate inevitable in these lands?
It's a bummer, dude.
Yeah. Spear Scar, winged ant hunter that strikes from the air with its bone lance. In my youth, I envied all bugs with wings. I even fancied I might grow a pair. Aww. I have since learned better. Accept the limitations of one's body and augment with tools as needed. Iron Man be like.
Oh.
Scarguard, huge ant hunter tasked to protect the stores and passages of its tribe. Theirs is the perfect shell for their duty, a wall of a warrior and an adept fighter. If I hope to claim their treasures, I must bring my best. Might.
What a follow-up.
Mike. Venomous pests common throughout the dark corridors of Greymore. Individually, they offer little challenge, but their numbers are surely vast, and most remain hidden. Flutter Mike. Airborne pest, less common. I did not read like that.
No, I love it.
Less common than its grounded siblings, attacks with sharp fangs if agitated. Similar bugs would gnaw away at unguarded food supplies in my homeland. As a child, I would hunt them, eager to make use of myself and test my skills. Mike,
That's cute.
Mother Mike. Aged female mite, grown larger and stronger than most of its kin. Poor of sight, but possessing a keen sense of smell, it uses its bulk to charge at foreign scents. Remaining fierce so far into old age is an admirable trait. Dreg Catcher. Bug charged to catch dregs of silk that fall from the citadel, will attack with its staff if provoked. These bugs look to have spent every waking moment at their work, grim, endless labor in service of the unseen citadel above.
It's miserable, dude.
Yeah, it is. Silk Snipper, scissor-wielding bug charged to cut and spool fallen dregs of silk for return. Oh my god, so the whole point of Greymore is just any silk that falls from up here, and especially like the underworks, and falls down here.
Oh wow, yeah. They're just gathering it all up.
And that's why you see the scissors here, because this is where the silk falls from the underworks. What the fuck?
That's crazy, actually.
Very cool. Is it the haunting that drove them to cackling madness, or was their unending toil the cause even before that? All work, no play. Make the silk snipper pissed. Thread raker. Tall bug charged to pile silk dregs in preparation for respooling. That's what all the spinning stuff is for in Greymoor.
Yeah.
To be respooled and sent back up.
That's crazy.
Their sharp rake now doubles equally well as a stabbing weapon. Theirs seems a sad, grueling task, serving their lifetime for a citadel unseen. Oh, God. More winged might bees bred large to catch workers who once tried to flee their task. What the
Whoa!
fuck? With its wranglers long dead, the Moorwing stalked the towers of Greymoor, feasting on passing pilgrims and tenders alike.
Great.
Crawl. Screeching scavenger that roosts high in caverns and preys on passing pilgrims. By the swooping menace, a simple bug could be easily overcome. More dangerous still, they rarely attack alone. Tall craw. Raw winged adult. Raw. Craw bug bearing a scavenged pin. Far more hostile than their younger companions, but seemingly less likely to roam far from their nest. Squat craw. Stout adult crawbug bearing several short pins. Cowardly sort. They will try to remain at range to throw their sharp weapons, best to rush them down and cut quick. Ugh. Muck maggot. Mindless infant larva, coated in thick slime. They cling fast to the shells of other bugs, destroying any hope for concentration or comfort. They're yucky. Don't like them.
They're very gross.
Here's something we don't have. Those that can be found in whatever it's called, bile water. Slubberlug, what the you kidding me?
It's the younger form of a muckroach?
What? Whoa!
Oh, I didn't realize that,
No, I didn't
dude.
either. Attacks prey by leaping from the water and snapping with its they bite in the same way.
That sucks.
Muckroach, starved pack bug with an insatiable appetite, despite their tough hide and pungent meat. Roaches breed rapidly, so are somewhat farmed for their food. A revolting creature. My shell itches at their presence. In the pens, where their numbers grow vast, I am forever on edge. Yeah, no, I feel you.
She doesn't like them.
Ew. Bloatroach, obese offshoot of muckroaches, born of the Citadel's exhaust smog. Oh my God!
Great.
Literally just
mutants.
Yeah. The winged roach's sagging stomach is filled with sizzling bile. Its form is absurd. Surely it should not be able to hold itself in the air. The noxious gases in its stomach must provide its levity.
Oh.
Roach catcher. Short nibble bug who uses barbed bolas to keep beasts corralled and caged. Their throwing weapon is well suited to the wide caverns they inhabit. These sly little bugs must have a keen claw for crafting. Roach feeder. Tall roach tender charged to feed muckroaches on a lean diet of maggot gruel.
Oh, they're feeding them their own babies?
Oh, that's well, no, because
yeah, muck maggots. That's the smaller form of that turns into a muckroach.
Mindless infant larva. Oh my God, is that what? Oh.
Yeah, they're feeding their babies.
Oh.
Yeah, they're eating babies.
Bad. The feeder's curled pin looks designed to keep ravenous roaches at bay and the tender from turning into the meal. Roach keeper, grizzled older roach, tender weighted with a lasso of heavy chain. Though their mind is largely lost, their skill with the chain has not been forgotten. Does the haunting eternally blind a bug to the task it had in life? Oh, eternally bind a bug. That is a very important distinction.
That's really interesting because it is really like, okay, you're haunted now. Work forever.
Yeah. We figured out how to make everyone live forever. Also, whatever you were doing previously is also forever. Is that chill?
Yeah.
Do you all mind? Let me sit up for a second.
Brutish cook responsible for dashing muckroach meat into edible portions.
Oh, yeah, these are the gross ones. Yeah, these are ones that we read last episode.
Yeah. Could their actions be called skill? I see only a cruel mangling of meat. Yet I wonder, before the haunting snared their minds, was it any different?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
And then the disgraced Chef Lugoli. Once exalted chef, did you want to read more?
No, you can keep going.
Exiled from the Citadel for repeated culinary crimes, returned to their home caves, the chef continued to devise delicacies too repulsive for any bug. Still sane.
It's nasty. Oh,
They got
hello.
a big ass. Wraith, anguished specter of lingering thread. Despite its ephemeral nature, strong strikes can dispel the wraith for a time. Not a bug, but a projection of another's will cast in smog and silk.
Very interesting still.
Gross. Thought I said meatloaf. Meatloaf lagnia. Mothleaf lognia, a rare common bug of bile water, survives its hazardous surroundings by hiding as a plant. This one is pretty, but not as soft as first it seems. The plant it mimics is flaked and coarse, and the bug's coat shares similar texture.
Very interesting.
Myrmite, crawling insect with a sizzling bile sac in its abdomen.
Ew.
The threat of its exploding rear is an effective deterrent to predators, but the slightest jolt or fall can cause its premature and, bad, swamp squit.
That's a
funny
cute name.
Plentiful pest with a sharp
Proboscis.
It's not proboscis.
Proboscis.
You know what? It is proboscis. Now it is. Proboscis and a belly full of bile. More dangerous in the moment of its explosive and corrosive death than it ever was in life. Y'all haven't killed enough of y'all. Only 2 more of you. Stilkin, cunning bug that hunts with darts fashioned from steak and bile. Stilkin trapper, trap-setting bug carrying a pouch of sharpened long stakes. And then you,
Big frog.
Grohl the Great, chief and chaplain of the Stilkin, forever raging against the citadel that chokes their caves and sees them suffer. So chokes it out with the smog made from the exhaust organ.
Yeah, probably.
So is that alone enough to, poison this entire area? I guess.
Seems like it.
Jesus, dude. Oops. What am I doing out here? This one's strength was much enhanced by stolen soul. They are not the first who tried to hoard it or to mold it towards such violent ends.
Ugh.
Barnack. Toothy growth that lives on cave roofs. Wraps wayward bugs with its long tongue and drags them up to be consumed. It's literally the Half-Life enemy.
It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
You. Ducked sucker.
What was that?
Ducked sucker.
Okay, keep going.
Suction creature surviving on the thick slime that coats its caves.
What was its name again?
Ducked sucker. Pond skipper. A hard-shelled insect common upon the surface of Shellwood Pond, once a staple food for passing pilgrims. The way they skate along the water surface is so elegant. Surely it is a skill that can be learned. When time permits, I should attempt the task.
Ah.
I will become Hornet Silksong Jesus and walk on water as they do.
She is half god.
Jesus Christ.
On her father's side.
That's so fucking funny. Pond catcher, old catcher over Shellwood Pond, bearing a long pin, is stricken by the haunting. Once a hunter purely for food, now they hunt unthinking and unending again, forever.
Yeah.
Shellwood gnat, tiny soft creature that armors itself using the hard, hollow growths of shellwood. If the woody hide is shattered, the bug will still bravely, foolishly try to attack. Sag. Wood wasp, pointed, darting insect that builds a hardy hive from shellwood's dried bark. Destroying the hives will limit their presence in the wood, useful to me now as I pass along the branches, dangerous in time for the wood's order. Even a small disruption can tip a fragile balance.
This is a very funny looking little guy.
Yes, it is.
They look like a cat toy. Like a mouse cat toy.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. Destroying the hives will limit their presence in the wood. Dangerous in time for the wood's order. Could it be what was like killing Greyroot?
Maybe.
Hollowing it out?
That would make sense.
We did collect them.
Yeah.
We destroyed their hives for the Greyroot.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Splinter. Insect formed to imitate a branch capable of remaining perfectly still for long periods but unexpectedly swift when roused. Avoiding their ambush is a good test of my senses and my ability to rapidly retaliate. Splinter. Horn. Insect formed to imitate a branch, born with sharp retractable horns atop its head. Its shell gives it the advantage of surprise but also forces it into a slender, brittle shape that cannot withstand a heavy attack.
Interesting.
Splinter bark. Winged insect with a flaky shell that perfectly mimics its environment. Its assault, like a young bug's toy turned deadly, could I, in time, fashion a spinning tool to match? Sister Splinter, imposing old insect nesting in the heights of Shellwood. Her command of twig and branch ensured no pilgrim ever survived within her territory. As one lived long and fed much, the wood will be much safer for their slaying. And I remember I had the idea a few episodes ago where it talked about, Sister Spider. I guess I won't talk about it now because it might be Greyroot instead.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is an interesting character. Oh no. Faucia? Drifting bug disguised as a flower, disperses crackling clouds of pollen if threatened. Quite a beautiful creature. In my own kingdom's court, it would have been highly favored as an ornamental pet. I mean, yeah, no, you're right, except for the, pollen.
I mean, we should keep it as a pet anyway.
Pollenica?
Yeah.
Floral foe that reacts instinctively to movement nearby, spits pellets of crackling pollen that bursts on impact. What exceptional senses it possesses. It detects me with ease even when not a single sound is made, for I am much too quiet.
So quiet.
Gallia. Floral foe with the core shaped to mimic a mask. The core can be thrust forward to bludgeon unwary bugs. The false mask alone is frightening enough to scare away smaller pests.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Firm. Burrower that nests in the bell vein and seeks out hard bells to protect the soft body. I would very much like to feel their soft fur, if only they weren't so hostile.
This is just
like soft, fluffy things.
I was just going to say, this is just a list of different bugs Hornet wants to keep as a pet.
Yeah. That's really funny. Winged fern. Furred bug beneath a heavy bell. It has grown too large to burrow, but in maturing has developed small wings. Huge and soft, a fantastic combination, ruined by their haunted aggression.
She's so mad.
I like them big. I like them fluffy.
Like the haunting ruined dogs.
I need a remix of I like them big, I like them chunky, but I like them big and I like them fluffy.
So true.
For Hornet Silksong.
Where are you going?
I like showing more on screen of what's to come.
I see.
Farlid. It's really like Farloom. Small arachnid. Actually, that's a good point. Why do they have half of the first name of the region?
They look
because they are arachnid.
Yeah.
Because if Farloom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Farlid, small arachnid found in many crevices and caves throughout Farloom. Something in their assault reminds me of my own skill, though their talents are born purely of instinct. My technique is formed from hard training because I am a badass.
So they're like shitty weavers.
Yeah. Arachnid that nestles within dark holes in cavern roofs, the Farlid diver pounces on prey from far above. A smart hunter learns to wait long in ambush, always ready to strike the first blow. Don't know where the last one of these dudes are, so... Shardalard, devious ambusher that poses as a fossil. Sand carver, shell-plated worm that lives beneath pools of shifting sand. Bursts forth at movement sensed close, and will continue... as I read more and more. Will consume any object or bug careless enough to fall into its maw. Judge. Hope you'll like my voice.
I love your voice.
I appreciate that. Gilded guardian of the blasted steppes, bearing a symbol and mallet. They remorselessly eliminate any pilgrim or passerby deemed impure to their sight. The countless husks strewn on paths beside them tell of their conclusive decisions. Last judge. Final arbiter of the blasted steppes, tasked to ensure only the sinless ever step beyond the grand gate. The huge judge likely stood through countless generations, never defeated, never wavering in their charge.
Well,
ridiculous.
Dead now.
Yeah. All right, we're into the coral and then the underworks, which is fun.
Very fun.
Dark-furred bug protecting itself with a spiked coral nut. Its fur is thick and silky. Sadly, lost to the haunting, I shall never safely be able to touch it.
So sad.
This is so funny. Drisnet, nesting creature that fuses its face with sharpened coral. It is easy to be caught off guard by the ricocheting trajectory. I'm telling you, diagonal is hard. Of its flung mask, especially in tight corners. Drisnarga, large male Drisnet, ferocious and territorial, fires its heavy coral mask at intruders. A fine shot with its sharp mask, its aggression has no ill effect on its aim.
Very fun.
Poke nabbin.
Oh, it's cute.
Drifting creature with a wide coral mask and hard proboscis to stab its prey. Passively waits for prey to blunder into its path, a technique that should not necessarily be derided. Whatever is effective is best.
Mm.
Contfly. Small bug that crafts a shell of sharpened coral, spins its shell at rapid speed to cut through crust and bone.
Exciting.
Bone? The way it darts in and out of the ground has an almost playful quality to it, an amusing and effective way to ambush prey. You! Great Contfly. Elder Contfly crowned with a huge coral horn. Once partnered with a mate, they will rarely be seen alone. To pair with another is a base instinct and one that brings some bugs great joy. I once sought similar union, but of my own mates, none could match my lifespan. Oh no.
Ew,
oh,
wow.
Jesus.
That's actually really sad.
That's really sad. Like, it's not my own mate could match my lifespan. It is multiple.
Yeah.
Tried multiple times.
Yeah, I once saw... That's so sad.
That's really sad.
Also, Hornet Silksong gets it. Confirmed.
I mean, we already knew that. We already knew that. Sorry. Drapefly. Erratic flying pest that nests in rags and curtains. Like fabric somehow sprung to life, its pelt is perfectly matched to the rags it infests.
Fun.
Cloth-covered crawler with sharpened forelimbs. Lives and breeds in dark places. Drapemite. Forelimbs structures seem almost built for them. The endless corners and cracks so perfect for mites to burrow and nest. You! Giant drapemite, full-sized mite of the citadel cloaked in an old curtain. Few creatures of that silk-stricken place would find nourishment enough to grow so large. Here we get into ones that I find really interesting. That I'm hoping you're,
Yeah.
Underworker, feeble servant of the underworks with a long twist pin and hard shell. With all the refuse collapsing throughout their domain, the worker's stiff shell would be essential if they held any hope to survive. Jesus. Underscrub, trained yet dedicated laborer, wielding a coarse steel brush. That they ever hoped to keep their domain clean. What futility. Undersweep. Uses their steel-bristled pin to scrub the soot from vents and pipes. Interesting. We're on to steel now.
Yeah.
Their sharp cleaning implement is as filthy as the rest of the place. They only layer grime on grime. Okay, then oops. There we go. Underpoke. Drained worker on the verge of collapse, consumed by the haunting, they continue to work far beyond their mortal limits. They toiled incessantly for the citadel, their shells bent and grayed, and now the kingdom's curse means not even death can relieve them.
Man. She's getting upset when she's writing these, it feels like.
Underloft, exhausted bug, grown sickly from the smog of the underworks. The workers' twist pins, once tools of repair, now serve as spun projectiles. The cost of so much grandeur that I peer closely enough into the foundations of my own kingdom. Oh no. Like, did I look into what was going on in my own kingdom enough? Could this have been happening there as well?
Yeah.
Because the cost of so much... The Underworks is just to, like...
It's rough.
What, just to keep the above what it is, the citadel what it is? I mean, I guess, yeah.
It's all just where the mechanic stuff is, right?
Yeah. Undercrank. Okay. Heavy, hard-shelled worker, forever repairing the citadel's crumbling underworks. There seem no ranks in their domain, yet this one has risen above the rest. A station likely gained through intimidation and thuggery. Damn!
Yeah, okay.
Rough. Envoy. Guide and oft-times leader within the citadel's choir. Bugs like these cross the caves to bring me to Farloom. I cut down many before my capture. Oh my gosh, she was killing them for, like... Okay, you even been saying, why not go back?
Yeah.
It would keep happening until she's captured again.
Then I had thought them minded and cunning.
Now I could see the singular will that haunts them all.
Ah.
That's so...
She thought they were like good fighters, but they were just possessed.
Taken. Choir Pouncer, agile bug, and one of few hardly pilgrims who have reached the citadel. Once one of Farloom's favorite bugs, and yet their domain and their shells would have been the first to fall to the haunting. I mean, because the first to give themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
Choir Hornhead, full-grown former pilgrim serving the citadel. Did this one grow large thanks to the citadel's excess, or was its formidable size the reason it ever survived to reach this place? Again, interesting to see its excess when what we saw from whatever the pious thing was.
Yeah.
Whatever was going on before was the opposite of excess. The citadel was never supposed to be excess.
Right.
Choir bell bearer, winged devout of the citadel, carrying a brace of gilded bells. Farlim proves often the effectiveness of bells as weapons. Never before had I considered them as such. Choir flyer, aerial bug of the citadel, unarmed before its short horn. For this bug to have survived Farlim's climb, it must have teamed with stouter companions. I cannot imagine it succeeding alone. Oh. Choir elder, aged form pilgrim, uses their wings to position above threats and crush them under their largely shell. Time allowed their shell to grow thick, all the better for battering their targets. Their fat ass. Choir restore? Disciple of the choir, elevated above other pilgrims and forced to cowl their face forevermore. Oh my god, wait. Yeah, just those with the cowls, hearing about how important a mask is, did they give up their mask?
Oh.
Their use of a pin shows hard training. Their use of silk, unfurled from a spool held close, shows skill far beyond standard bugs. Steve, disciple of the choir, charged to maintain its perfect order by sharp pin if necessary. A form well suited for combat, lithe and fast. No surprises, it seems to rank so high amongst its cult. Yeah. Big Steve. High-standing insect of the choir, bearing a bow. This elite Steve has been trained and fed beyond its smaller fellows. This bug bears a spool of silk which they flail to attack. Though somewhat crude, theirs is a technique much reminiscent of weavers. I wonder who taught them such a use. God, we're getting through it. Okay, here ya. Choir clapper, mighty percussive disciple of the choir, wielding a mallet and a silk spool to wrap and enhance their attacks. There's no finesse in its use of silk. It consumes its slim supply only to amplify its force.
Interesting.
Claw maiden, puppet servant of the citadel. Was that called a claw maiden before?
I don't remember.
Suspended on strings of silk, an early form of automaton, requiring a sense of silk to maintain its service. If given a chance, this one will steal silk from any significant source, including my own shell. Minister, gold-ranked disciple of the choir, and direct servant, gold-ranked. Interesting. Direct servant to the Citadel's conductors. The lethality of these bugs is unexpected. Their bodies were never built for combat. The haunting has altered their nature dramatically. Why? That is so odd. Choir commander of the high halls, the maestro is able to summon and command cogflies at a flick of their baton. Once they summon song from their subjects, now they rise only to command an end to those unstrung. Ugh. Dreg husk, remains of a citadel bug possessed by silk dregs. The husk will lash out wildly with the many sharp pins caught inside its thread. There is old anguish bound upon these threads, the result of countless cruel procedures. Jesus.
Very,
old anguish
very
bound upon these
interesting.
threads. I'm trying to take it in. Okay.
Silk experiments.
You, surgeon, cruel physician of the White Ward, responsible for operations and modifications on the Citadel's bugs, specifically the Citadel's bugs.
Yeah.
Their procedures with silk may have prolonged life within the Citadel, but they unknowingly gifted many minds to the monarch. It's called the matriarch, is what we're calling it, but yeah, whatever.
We'll go with monarch now.
True, that's fair. Mortician, altered servant of the Citadel's White Ward, responsible for the cremation of husks and the recycling of silk from their shells.
It's rough,
because that's something we found out early on was that, from White Ward, that
they're burning.
Just about everyone has silk inside of them.
Yeah, so they're cutting them down and burning them and taking the silk out.
Which I guess silk sickness and haunting is different.
Yeah.
If the silk sickness kills you, then you'll become haunted. But
yeah.
And also more easily haunted, it seems. Unknowingly gifted many minds. Yeah. Okay.
Very interesting.
Though unknowingly gifted many minds to them. So it
probably didn't know that the silk would let them be possessed.
True. Or this initially wasn't at the behest of the monarch, but no, you're probably right. It lies low to the ground, perhaps out of reverence for its task, but can spring up suddenly to attack. Its sheer makes for a deadly weapon with surprising reach. Jesus. Cogwork Underfly. Small automaton built to work without complaint in the scorching heat of the Underworks cauldron. It is no wonder these contracts were cast. No mortal bug would last long inside that scorching place. Even my shell struggles to withstand the heat. Jesus. Cogwork Hauler, small automaton with shielded shell, intended to carry loads of dangerous flint flame. Born and built only to work until time stiffens its limbs. Perhaps it is mercy. This construct knows nothing of the freedom it lacks. Huh. Okay. Do you think you could actually read a few? My throat
sure.
You go for it a bit.
Cogwork Crawler, automaton built in the shape of a scuttling bug. Its back contains retractable pins intended to cut song cylinders free of any obstruction. Its form is certainly based on bugs found outside the Citadel. In my own craftwork, I, too, often look at nature for inspiration. Cogworker, flighted automaton responsible for repairing and extending the core. More effective an opponent than would be guessed. The precarity of its winding domain can make even its simple assault a challenge. Cogwork Spine, spherical winged automaton housing many sharp spikes. I cannot decipher its function to the greater core. Is it built for defense? If so, its passivity seems far more optimal. Cogwork Choir Bug, bug forged of iron, rotor, and cog. The automaton works tirelessly to maintain the core that houses it. This is actually really interesting, because all of these have just been Cogwork versions of the other bugs we just read about.
That's actually a very good point.
So it's
especially
like
bugs that were like in the underworks.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, those underworks bugs, they keep dying and burning to death. Let's make robots.
I know, robots that can be forever.
Its core is filled with fine mechanisms, but that alone should not produce such a convincing mimic of life. Silk must also be used to animate this artifice, though exactly how, I am not sure.
Okay, so it really is just in some way, the silk is what's bringing it to life.
Yeah.
We're just not fully sure why.
Now that soul is involved, I do kind of wonder if it's silk infused with soul.
It's possible.
Somehow.
I know. Now that we know that. But because
their eyes are glowing white, that's why.
That's from the they all have a Lumafly in them.
That's fair.
But again, I still just I don't know. I don't know.
Cogwork Cleanser, steam shooting automaton, forged to clean the cogwork core and keep it free of infestation. An inspired use of steam. I must remember its construction when designing future tools. Cogwork Defender, Cogwork construct forged primarily for the core's protection, bears a shield and poke pin and possesses a lethal understanding of their use. It has no true mind and yet fights effectively, adjusting its strategies to my movements. Where exactly are its thoughts written?
That's a really good question, isn't it?
Yeah. Cogwork Clapper, rare automaton intended to perform the ringing of bells and cymbals in the depths of the core. I have not yet seen the bell this automaton is designed to ring, nor do I ever wish to hear it. Such a clamor would no doubt be unpleasant to experience.
I hate that rock music the
I
kids are
hate
listening
loud
to.
noises. The gay Cogwork Dancers.
Okay.
Automatons of impeccable construction, welcoming entrance to their chamber with a display of deadly dance. 2 cogwork bugs, and yet the soul seemed singular, a sad yet masterful imitation of life, imbued inside shells of iron.
I guess the Green Prince even looks like this, right?
It does. That's why I said it seems like these might be based off the Green Prince.
Or whoever the Green Prince is looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
And yet, because the soul seemed singular.
What if this is just the Green Prince's partner?
I know.
Bugged. Lamp Bearer, disciple of the Whispering Vaults, tasked to navigate its dim recesses to retrieve old scrolls. An essential bug if one ever hoped to navigate the dark maze of stacks and scrolls. Scroll Reader, gilded servant of the Whispering Vaults, born to read and recall their endless scroll of prayers. Did they ever truly understand those inscrutable scrolls, or is it all merely pretense, an endless act to maintain their order's station within the Citadel?
Endless act to maintain their order station. Interesting.
Just memorizing without understanding, huh?
Yeah, just to keep
the peace, keep their place. Vault Keeper, high caste bug responsible for delivering sermons and leading prayer for those beyond the walls of the Whispering Vaults. Most likely, this one's true charge was to root out and condemn those not seen as sufficiently fervent. Trobio! Haughty thespian convinced that only dazzling performance can raise Farloom from the throes of death. His desire to see Farloom saved may have been well-intentioned, but he seemed quite happy for others to die upon the stage in pursuit of his goal.
Anything for theater, baby.
Anything for theater.
God. We're almost at the end.
Yeah. Penitent. Humble prisoner serving their sentence for sin committed within the Citadel. All are haunted here, the jailers and the jailed. Do they realize they will never leave this place? Or how long have they stayed already?
How long they've stayed already? That's Jesus.
Puny penitent. Small bug shackled and cowled for sin committed within the Citadel. Their thick shroud leaves them sightless, yet it seems to matter little. They have no care for their own safety, wishing only to charge at those they sense are sinful.
Are they cowled again because their masks are gone?
I don't know, dude.
Because, again, to not show their face, just like they were those who are also cowled. They're still cowled.
I feel like it's...
because they're from the Citadel.
I think my thought on that is that the mask maker says everybody needs a face to have a personality, to have a life.
Everyone deserves a mask.
Everybody deserves a mask. So I'm wondering if the Citadel covers the mask as if to say you don't have an identity anymore.
Your identity is the Citadel.
You are the Citadel.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sticky young fly. Oh, scab fly. Sticky young fly born and grown in service to the slab. Foul creatures birthed into servitude. Their plight elicits no sympathy from me. She hates the flies.
Oh, yeah, no, she hates the flies.
Guard fly. Starved servant of the slab. Here bearing a hooked long pin. I think this is the same species as the other one that was, like, starved, isn't it?
I mean, it's a fly.
It sure looks like them.
Huh.
The smell of these jailers overwhelms my senses. I strongly doubt they have ever thought to bathe.
That's rough.
Warden fly. Heavy, hairy jailer responsible for capturing sinners and punishing prisoners. Why is hairy part of the... Disgusting. Both in manner and stench. I feel no remorse to see them felled.
Y'all had just taken a shower. Like, this wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, if you just hadn't put on her dress, dude. Yeah. Driftlin, gentle glider of Mount Fay. Its downy wings and cowl allow it to resist even the most cutting cold. This one would make a perfect pet, but for the freezing temperatures it requires for comfort. Oh, well, you'd keep it in your fridge.
True.
Minimoid. Nemanoid. I'm gonna go with Nemanoid.
It would be Nemonid, if anything.
Nemonide.
All right, perfect.
Flighted creature formed from cold shard. If shattered, it will quickly reform. Interesting. The cold shard, even when destroyed, it remembers its former shape. A remarkable material, and perhaps even more astonishing, there seems life contained within it. Huh.
Yeah, really.
That is interesting. Servitor Ignum. Small construct built by weavers past, brought to life through silk runes threaded within. Though the weavers have long passed from far loom, the servant still performs its function. Servitor Boron. Broken construct built by weavers past, able to fire a focused beam of silk light to carve holes and chambers throughout ice and bone. The servitor has been heavily damaged by time and the elements. Its actions have grown erratic. It seems no longer able to discern friend from foe.
It sure does seem that way.
Yeah. Winged life seed. Mindless sac filled with plasmium. When broken, the plasmium can be consumed for its temporary benefits to health. My unique shell can resist the darker deformations of this substance, but even I have limits.
Yeah, because this is like, I don't know, what, poison to a normal bug? I remember like the Pale King outlawed lifeblood within the kingdom.
I got worries about that bug that's down there
Yeah,
juicing up. Widow. Crazed fanatic able to guide Farloom's haunted silk by music played upon it. Her body seemed a weaver's, but her mask had been forcefully removed, and her own silk was bound useless by heavy pins lodged through her spine.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's
very, very bad.
Very scary. Phantom. Mournful creature tasked alone to expel the Citadel's choking refuse. Their talent with the long pin is unmatched. Though gray with age, their frayed form suggested a being strung from silk. One who welcomed a decisive end in combat over a slow decline.
Yeah, being able to expel the Citadel's choking refuse, so really the Citadel and all the stuff that's outpouring from the core.
Yeah.
What is it all powering? Like, what is the Citadel powering within it?
I get the feeling once we learn all of the song and we get to go up wherever that was, and we find the person who's after us, we'll find out.
That's a great point.
They're just going to have like a TV and an Xbox.
I think there's a region up here, which is another part of the Citadel outside of the Cogwork core. So that is... And then last but not least, we don't have the full thing.
Lace, manic fencer who delights in battle.
Defeat one more, which...
only one.
I know. I wonder if we'll fight Lace at the top of the Citadel.
Man, that's an interesting read. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah, that was I'm really glad to have gotten all that. And now every time we see a thing finish, we should read it right away.
For sure.
And that's a lot less overwhelming because the beginning of the game, you're meeting so many new enemies to do that.
Oh yeah.
It's just not.
Just constantly.
This is great.
This is fun. I had a good time.
All right, y'all. To anyone who watched all this way through, Jesus, I don't know. Let us know your favorite journal entry thus far. Excited to see, what some people like.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
Because, God, there's a lot of interesting stuff between, finding out more about Hornet's past, finding that Hornet really likes fluffy things.
She loves fluffy babies, dude.
It's just so much. This has all been really, really good.
Can you imagine if Biscuits was fluffy? She would be losing her mind.
Absolutely. All right, next time on BLG, for those watching the series, I want to wrap up quests next time.
Oh, yeah.
We've got one more find pin. We could turn in the couriers all the food, get our nail upgrade, turn in Brood Feast after. So I think it's going to be find pins, Great Taste of Farloom, go find Chakra, and then go into that new area, top right above Bilewater.
Very exciting.
Okay. Next time on BLG, thank you all so much for watching as always. Please subscribe to stick around. We'd love to see you in future episodes. More than anything else, I hope that I will see you all next time.
Bye-bye, everyone.